Hello. Hello, 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 hello. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to today's stream. We're going to have a great time today answering some questions. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. We're going to be trying to answer as many questions as possible prior to kickoff of Thursday Night Football. This game should be a fun one on paper. I was reading a little bit earlier on in the day that there might be some weather concerns in this matchup that we will talk about here. But ultimately, it doesn't seem like it's going to have that great of an effect during the game. It was just like I saw a tweet earlier that was like, oh, there's fucking 50-mile-an-hour winds outside, not 50, but there's like, oh, big winds outside the game. But it's like, of course, every time Belichick plays up against anyone that's in the division, there's magically some crazy weather happening. Thank you, Bradley, for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. So, when it comes to your question here, Steelers or Eagles defense, and then Kenneth Walker, Evans, or Godwin, and then you said Godwin or Walker. I feel like Godwin is guaranteed double digits, but Walker could drop 28. So in terms of Steelers versus Eagles, I would personally go with the Steelers. I actually think the Eagles are probably going to have a pretty decent game defensively, but I just feel like the matchup of the Steelers versus Atlanta is just so much better. Like, there's a chance where TJ Watt absolutely fucking demolishes Marcus Mariota and just has a huge game by himself. So I would probably go with the Steelers. It is pretty close, though. I'm not saying that like the Eagles defense is way worse than the Steelers or something like that. And then when it comes to Walker versus Godwin, I would go Walker. Godwin did play really good last week, but Walker, even in a bad game, right? Walker wasn't playing very good in that game. I talked about it in the running back rankings video that I dropped a little bit earlier today. It's actually funny because despite the fact that he wasn't getting a crazy amount of carries, or the fact that he wasn't doing too much with the carries, were just negated by the fact that he scored touchdowns. And he's just a touchdown monster game in and game out. I think Godwin's a good player and all. And I'm not here trying to disrespect Chris Godwin, but I would personally go with Kenneth Walker. Next question here. Pick 3, 2 wide receivers, and a flex gorilla. How you doing, man? D-Hop on bye. K-Tony out. Boyd, Juju, Garrett Wilson, Myers, Peoples-Jones, Watson, Singletary for the flex option. Thank you. So we're going to go pretty easy on me. We're going to go Juju, Garrett Wilson, and Christian Watson. Edwards, Walker, or James for the flex. Is Karen W., are we talking about Walker? Kenneth Walker? Or am I just dumb? Might be. Anthony, ask your question again because I might have just read this completely wrong. What's up, Nick? I know kickers are annoying, but trying to win games, Myers or Bass, I would go Myers. What's up, Nikki? Should I be safe and play Herbert or risk it and play Watson versus Houston? Need a W to stay in first. I'm going Herbert. Tough call. Walker has a mini slump, but has been the Rams who suck. Godwin is probably the best play. Walker has that explosiveness and is hard to sit. Yeah, that's one of those where both of the answers are you're probably going to end up scoring 15 plus points. I would just slightly lean with Walker. What's up, Robert Gaiman? How you doing, man? Booger Dog, thank you for the like. I greatly appreciate it. I love you. Do I start Mike Evans or Gabe Davis? Definitely going to play Mike Evans. Full PPR, Knox or Conklin. Let's go. I want to go Knox, dude. Knox absolutely blew the back out of the Bills last year. If you guys remember that playoff game, Knox caught a touchdown where Josh Allen sung the ball, or just threw the ball, basically trying to throw it out in the end zone, and Knox climbs the ladder and grabs it. That was one of the better funny games. I actually almost did a parlay. I bet $50 on this parlay. I hit every single game, so it was for the playoffs, and you had to bet. It was like some with one of those sports books, and not the sponsor of today's video, BetMGM, but I had to place like a $50 parlay and I hit every single spread and I had the fucking Patriots because I'm an idiot who just would think that somehow the Patriots would beat the Bills. And of course they didn't. And I lost the bet and it was like plus 2,000 or something. Like I hit every other spread. I felt like a real dumbass. What's up, Tyron? Oh yeah. What's up, everyone? Yo, yo, yo. How's my Dolphins, boy? I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm doing pretty well. Dolphins are on a nice heater here, looking for a big game this week against the Niners. We are currently 3.5 or 4 point dogs, depending on the book you're looking at. Should be a very fun game against the Niners this week. Keep Steelers defense in my lineup or take Seattle or Cleveland off the waivers. I would pick up Seattle. Gabe Davis, Brian Robinson, Damian Pierce, or Joshua Palmer. I'm going to go with Gabe Davis. Just traded away Jerry Jeudy and Steelers D for Swift. I think that's a great trade. Devontae Smith, Debo, or CD. I'm going to go CD. Hunter, Hunter Henry or Knox because Dallas Goedert is out. Talking, is that Hunter Henry? I would go Knox. What's up, everybody? What's up? Buenos noches, as they say in Espanol. Hey, Nick, are you starting Devin Singletary there? Why the fuck can't I read, guys? Why the fuck can't I read? Hey, Nick, are you starting Devin Singletary tonight against the tough Patriots defense? So, my read on Devin Singletary is that every single week he's one of those guys that you don't actually want to start, but he's probably going to end up in your lineup because he projects decently well. I don't love this matchup against the Patriots, but you would think this one would be close. Like, I don't really foresee a prophecy where the Bills just absolutely come out the gate and just butt fuck the Buffalo Bills, or where the Bills just destroy the Patriots is kind of what I meant here. So I think Singletary is an okay start, but he's not a guy I'd bang the drum for. What's up, Nick? I know kickers are annoying. I already answered that one. I already answered that in the comment section. Tyrant. What's up, Notorious? What's up, MJ? How you doing, man? What's up, Kyle? Fins up, baby. Also, you think Josh Jacobs plays? Yes. So we just saw Josh Jacobs absolutely dismantle the establishment of the Seattle Seahawks. He could sit out all week. He could miss practice Friday. He missed practice all last week and played and fucking had like 300 all-purpose yards. The guy's a monster. He was one of those guys that I definitely missed in the fantasy draft process. The reason why I missed on him was because I really did think that this was going to be a committee. And if you guys watched the first couple weeks of the season, it was a flat out committee. I was correct. And then Josh Jacobs had one huge game. It might have been against Denver. And then ever since then, never looked back. Jacobs is an incredible talent. It was all about the situation he was in. And I did not like the situation. But clearly I was wrong. And big ups to Josh Jacobs. He is one of my favorite running backs in the league. If you've ever heard his story when he got drafted about how he used to live before he was drafted and like when he was young, shit's sad. He's an incredible guy. So I always have been rooting for him ever since that. Flex spot. What's your question, Jonah? Flex spot. Juju, Zeke, Miles Sanders. We're gonna go Zeke. Joey says Justin Fields or Jimmy G. If Fields plays, I'm going Fields. Gabe Davis or Scary Terry or Olave. I'm going Terry and Olave. What's up, Ron? How you doing, man? How you doing, my man? It's fucking cold as shit in New Jersey right now. That's why I got my hood on. I even have the heat blasting in here, and I'm still cold. Hoodied up, baby. Gabe or Darius Slayton? I'm going Gabe. I'm starting Pats and Bills defense. I respect that. Be safe, but ask Nick. What's up, Nick? Oh, see, here's the problem with answering questions that are like fucking 7 minutes old. So I'm gonna zoom up front closer to the most recent questions. If you asked a question before and I didn't answer it, just ask it again. Again, I try to answer as many questions as possible on these streams. Try to help all of you guys as much as possible. Just so you guys know. Jacoby Myers or George Pickens? Got to go Pickens. I need 3 wide receivers. Debo, not sure if he's playing. Godwin, Pickens, Peoples-Jones, Palmer, Burks. I would go Godwin for sure, then Burks, and then Pickens. What's up, Kyle? Thank you for the super chat, and then I'll get to your super chat, Bradley, as well. Let's see here. Pick up any of Kyron Williams, James Robinson, or Darrell Henderson off waivers. Also, would you start Lamar Jackson or Fields this week? Great question. So when it comes to Justin Fields, if he does play, I'm confident in playing him. I don't think the team would bring him back if he wasn't fully healthy. The problem here is that Lamar Jackson also has a relatively decent matchup, in my opinion. But the problem is the Broncos are pretty good. See, the problem with, and I've said the problem like 50 times, is that when it comes to Lamar Jackson, he started off the season on fire, if you guys remember. He was looking like the clear MVP. He took my Dolphins defense, put him in a fucking blender. He was on a heater early on, and then recently he kind of just cooled off. The matchup against Denver, I lied. The matchup against Denver is kind of scary. Fields plays, I'm going Fields, 100%. 100%. And then Kyron Williams, James Robinson, or Darrell Henderson off the waiver wire. I would pick up Kyron Williams. James Robinson might actually be a lost cause, which is truly sad, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I thought that James Robinson would be really good in New York with the Jets, and he was a healthy scratch last week. Just not a scenario I'm looking to invest in right now. So I would go with Kyron. Donating my free Google balance. When Fields is healthy, are you starting him or D. Watson over Burrow? Joe, Burrow's playing against the Chiefs. I would have to play Burrow over him. But I would rather have Fields than Watson. And I think most weeks I'm starting Fields over Burrow, but it's just because of this matchup. Like Chiefs versus Bengals should be a real good one, real exciting matchup. Do you guys think Stefan and Josh are going to go off? I always assume that he's going to go off. To be honest with you, I'm starting Diggs pick two. We're gonna go Jamar and Palmer. Lamar or Jimmy G. I'd go Lamar. DPJ or Jacoby Myers. DPJ for me. I traded Aaron Jones and Tua for Chubb and Kirk Cousins. I think that's an all right trade. I wouldn't say you clearly won that trade, but I think it's okay. Uh, what's your core players for Showdown for Pats versus Bills for DraftKings? Dave, that's a great question. I haven't actually. Let me pull up DraftKings right now. I think this is the Dawson Knox game, if I'm being honest with you. I'm going to build a lineup right now, and I'm just going to kind of explain my thought process through it real quick. Um, I only, Dave, on just to give you like the correct idea here. When I play Showdown, I normally just play single entry contests. Like when I play on the big slate, I play all types of different contests, not just single entry. But on things like this, I just go single entry. I'm going to play in the $5 15K to first, and then I'm just going to explain my thought process on this really quick, and then we'll get back to the other questions because I think this is also important. So, some of my core plays I really love. I am in love with the upside today of Ramondre Stevenson. He's probably going to be someone that a lot of people jam in as the captain. So I don't necessarily think that's the best captain play, but he is a guy that I want in my lineup. I think John Brown is very interesting. I assume that John Brown is the Stone Min today. He just got signed back off the practice squad with the team. He is a guy that's played on the team before. He's a guy that is familiar with the system. So I think John Brown's actually pretty interesting. So I'm going to start answering some more questions as I pull this up on DraftKings because I don't want to just spend a bunch of time talking about this when not everyone's interested in it. But I'm going to reserve my spot in this contest real quick because it's filling up quickly. Montgomery or Swift in the flex. I'm going to go ahead and go with Montgomery. Full PPR, Myers or Burks, and then Knox or Everett. I would go Everett. What's up, Nick? Week 13, Brandon Ayuk or George Pickens. I would go Brandon Ayuk or George Pickens. I would say I'd go with Brandon Ayuk. Pick one defense, New England or Steelers. I would go with the Steelers. Bills fan since '98. I have Diggs in fantasy. Hope he goes off. I hope for you too. I've been a Dolphins fan, not since I was born, because technically I was born as a Jets fan because that's the team my dad likes. But ever since I was old enough to talk, I became a Dolphins fan. Funny enough, the reason why I like football so much was when I was a little kid. My dad, at his job where he used to work, I'm not going to dox my dad and say exactly where he worked, but where he used to work, they had a pick'em contest, and when I was like 8 years old, I would do the picking. Like I had my own I had my own team. And I won $700 or something like that picking the spreads when I was like 7 years old, 8 years old. So that's why I've always been a sharp right out the womb. I'm a genius, as they say. Legendary one, thank you for the super chat, man. Let me go back and find your question. So I'd go with the Steelers defense, and then if you have another question, ask it in the chat. Definitely gonna go with the Steelers over the Patriots. Knox or Everett, I'd go Everett. Palmer or London, I would go with Palmer. Should I drop Tyler Boyd? If so, for who? Someone drop. Yeah, I'd pick up Palmer over Boyd. What's up, Nick? Not sure if you answered already, but can we start Fields? You're gotta wait until Sunday, but I think Fields is gonna play at this point. Corey Jones says, "Hey Nick, I need a quarterback for this week. Kyler Murray on bye, Jimmy G or Goff. I would go or Carr or Goff. I'm going Carr. I'm going Carr. So back on into this DFS thing while people ask a bunch of questions. I have Commanders defense still looking to drop another Browns play trash. Oh yeah, I would rather have the Browns than the Commanders. So back on into things. I got to pull up the ownership percentages on Stokastic as well. Kind of figure out what we're gonna want to play here. Should I start Bass? Yes, I'm starting Bass. Jamal Williams or Pierce? I'm playing Williams. Kyron Williams or Sutton? I'm going Sutton. Gotta go Sutton. Make sure you guys all hit the like button on today's stream. It helps the stream out a ton. It helps out a ton. It helps boost this out to more people. The more people that watch this, the better for all of us. We always have a fun time here. 62 people watching now means the world to me. People even show up to these things, man. It's fucking crazy. I remember when I started this, I talk about this all the time. I was 19 years old in college. There'd be like 5 people here, 5, 6 people, and we talk all morning. Now, now there's thousands of people that watch. It's fucking crazy, man. It really is. It's a crazy experience. It's something I never thought was possible when I started. It's beautiful. Love you guys. Najee Warren or Rashad White? I'd go Rashad White. Flex One, thank you for the super chat, legendary one. Juju McLaurin, Elijah Moore, or Jeff Wilson. So pretty easy for me. We're gonna go with McLaurin. Now, Juju actually is really good. He's a solid player. I think Juju has the upside to smash, but the problem with Juju also is the fact that we also saw him play last week, and he wasn't at his full. He wasn't at his full necessarily abilities, right? He wasn't playing as much as we thought, or I thought at least. Elijah Moore's decent. Jeff Wilson's decent. I'm just gonna go with McLaurin. McLaurin has 20-point upside. He's relatively safe as well, so that's gonna be my lean here. We're gonna go Juju. No, we're gonna go McLaurin over all those guys. So if I had to rank them, it would be McLaurin, then Juju, then Jeff Wilson, then Elijah Moore. I don't really trust Elijah Moore, to be completely frank with you. Singletary or Sutton. I'm going Singletary. Thanks, Nick. No problem, Beastie. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. The Raiders. Do you think Mixon plays, or should I hold up with P. Ryan? Yeah, hold on to P. Ryan. I do think Mixon plays, though. Do you still have hope for Dameon Pierce? Yeah, I think he's a great player. He's just had a couple bad matchups. Jeff Wilson is risky this week. I agree with you. It definitely is risky. He scored a touchdown in all of the last 3 games. Last week against Houston, he did get a bit of the cramps, and then didn't play too much in the game. I think that with Raheem Mostert returning, this is a revenge game against the Niners. I'm still fine playing Jeff Wilson. I get why people are concerned, though. Obviously, this is not playing against the Texans, right? This is playing up against one of the best, if not the best, defense in the NFL. Burks or Slayton as a flex repost. Sorry if I missed it. All good. I'd go Slayton. Pickens, Sutton, or Thielen. I'd go Pickens. I think Mixon plays. I agree with you. Allen or Stevenson for the captain for single entry on DraftKings. Great question. So in terms of captain optimal percentage, we have over at Stokastic, Ramondre Stevenson at 1, and Josh Allen at 2 in terms of captain optimal percentage. Now, his ownership percentage is going to be really high, right? Stevenson is projected to be owned in around 20%, and then Allen at 15%. So I'd probably still go Stevenson. I think this is a big Stevenson game, personally. That's my lean. Again, he's going to be highly owned. He's going to be the highest owned captain, in my opinion, but Allen might also be the highest owned captain. Pretty close. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Now that Elijah Mitchell died, is Jordan Mason my CMC handcuff? Yes. Start Jacoby Myers or Sutton? I'm going Myers. Yo, what's up, Elijah? How you doing, man? Dameon Pierce has a good matchup. Cleveland allows the 4th most rushing yards in fantasy. Yeah, this is a good matchup. And again, he's had multiple bad matchups in a row. Rank my starting team 1 through 10. Herbert, Diggs, Jamar, Mixon, P. Ryan, Pierce, Everett, Palmer, Kicker, Eagles, Folk. Any thoughts? I think your team looks really good. Gino or Goff? Gino. Thank you. No problem. Also, Etienne, Olave, Christian Watson. Which one to flex? Etienne, right? Yeah, I'm flexing Etienne. Pick 2. Singletary, Najee, Etienne, Edwards, Rashad White. I'm going Etienne and Rashad White. If Njoku is out, Ingram or Moreau. Blair, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, Nick, how you doing? Gabe Davis or Zay Jones. So Zay Jones obviously had an explosive week last week, and then Gabe Davis shit the bed. Now, the way to look at this, Blair, is 2 different ways. So if you want a safe option, you want a guy that's going to get 10-plus targets, probably get like 12 fantasy points. I doubt, like Zay Jones smashed last week, I doubt we see that again. So are you fine taking the safety? For instance, like Zay Jones is probably never going to shit the bed for you. Zay Jones is never probably going to put up 4 points like Gabe Davis can. But I don't think that Zay Jones has that upside in him, that dog in him that Gabe Davis has. Gabe Davis has the upside to score 30 points. He might also score 4 points, and that's kind of the way we got to look at things. It's risk versus reward. If you think you're going to win your matchup, if you're looking at your opponent, you're looking them right in the fucking eyes, or her right in the eyes, and you think, okay, I can beat this person. My team's good enough. I want the safe approach. I go Zay Jones. If you're thinking, oh shit, This looks like a tough one. This looks like one where I might need that 30-point boom game. I might need to pull a fucking rabbit out of the hat in order to win. Then I go with the more risky option in Gabe Davis, because Gabe Davis, again, he might sink your ship like the Titanic. He might fuck your team directly in the ass, but he might also be the reason why you win. He might be able to put your team on a metaphorical backpack. So I would go with Gabe Davis. But again, if you want to be safe, go Zay Jones. I'm not trying to just fucking give you two answers because I don't know what the answer is. I would have Gabe Davis ranked higher. I'm just saying that there's two different ways to look at every situation. Just download the new Madden roster update. Guess Tua's ranking. Rating? Tua should be like a 90 something. And he's 85. Makes sense. Fucking NFL sucks, man. Traded away CMC Ayuk and Jeff Wilson for Ken Walker, Pollard, Godwin. Good move. So let me just kind of explain my thought process through this. So CMC is banged up. He looks like he's going to play. That guy's like a top 10 back regardless of what happens. Right? You're playing him every week. Sure, he has a down game last week. You're going to play him. Ayuk, one of those guys that has been hot, cooled down a little bit. Pretty solid player. But again, now you have two guys on the 49ers. It's hard for both of them to have that really big smash game. And they have Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson's kind of just a bit of a throw-in. Jeff Wilson is going to have some good games, going to have some down games. He's a guy that I would rely on. Now, Kenneth Walker's a guy that might be a league-winning running back. He might put up 30 points in any given matchup. Pollard is a bit of an unknown. Pollard is a bit of a confusing kind of a player because we all know deep down that Pollard's an excellent player. The issue is that Zeke is there. And then Godwin looks like he could be a league winner as well. He really did not do shit up until last week. He kept getting targets, wasn't doing anything. But now he is like taking the reins back, and he's looking good. So I would have done that trade. I would prefer Walker, Pollard, and Godwin over Wilson, Ayuk, and CMC. So yes, I would have done that trade. I hope my explanation helped you out here. Sup, my man. Higbee, Hurst, or Moreau? Should I stick with Watson at my flex or play Zeke? My running back / wide receivers are Jacob, Stevenson, Lamb, and Evans. And then for DST, Tampa or Steelers. Thanks for the help. Have a good one. Thank you very much. So I know the Saints completely shit the bed against the 49ers, but I would probably still go with the Steelers defense. In terms of a tight end, I am going to go with Tyler Higbee. I know that Tyler Higbee put up 0 last week, but ultimately there are so little targets, there's so little players to throw the fucking ball to in LA that Higbee has to be a big target for this team. If you want to be safe, you can just go with Hayden Hurst, but I'm going to go Higbee. And then should I stick with Watson at the flex or play Zeke? I'm going to have to play Zeke, or not Zeke. I'm going to have to play Watson because, again, when there are guys that go on hot streaks like this, it's like, look at Watson. He scored a touchdown in every game. He has 5 touchdowns in, 5. He has 6 touchdowns, I think, actually, in 3 weeks, right? That's a guy that you want in your lineup every single fucking week. And I'm not thinking twice about it. I'm not overthinking it when it comes to him, right? You don't want to just galaxy brain yourself and start overthinking everything and be like, oh, Zeke's been running a little bit hot, but Watson's on fucking fire, NBA Jam style. So I'm sticking with Watson. So we're going to go Higbee. But if you don't want to play Higbee, because I get why you might not want to, I would go Hurst. We're going to play Watson over Zeke. The rest of your team looks really good. And then we're going to go with the Steelers. Again, I think Tampa has a decent defense, but there's no way I'm playing Tampa over the Steelers, if I'm being honest with you. Especially Saints versus Bucks. Some crazy shit's bound to happen in that. So we're going to go with, again, Higbee, Watson, and then we're going to play the Steelers defense. Thank you for the super chat, Gustavo. Nathan, please explain why everyone is on the Deshaun Watson hype train. I've seen his preseason games, and he looks awful. I understand what is the past. I have him. Do I start him or Mike White? So this is a great question, Nathan. Now, I am personally someone that is on the Deshaun Watson, not necessarily a hype train, not someone who is trying to bang the drum aggressively for Deshaun Watson. The reason why people like Deshaun Watson is because of what he did in the past. Because in the past, Deshaun Watson was a guy that you drafted in fantasy football, and he could put up the big numbers. He would be up there with guys like Patrick Mahomes. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Now, the reason why people are invested in him, because sure, I watched the preseason too. He didn't look good at all. But you also have to understand that from the preseason until now, he's not sitting on his couch with his thumb up his ass playing fucking Call of Duty or something. Maybe he is at night, but during the day, he's training. He's with his trainers. He talked about it today in his press conference, how, oh, he's been training with blah, 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 blah. Again, I don't know who the fuck these trainers are, but he's been training. He's not just sitting there doing nothing. Now, the thing with Deshaun Watson is this is also an incredibly risky matchup because Deshaun Watson has a lot invested in this game. He's played for the Texans. There are going to be people at the game. allegedly that this is just what I read online that accused Deshaun Watson are going to be at the game. There's going to be a lot shining on him. This might be a very emotional game. He might fucking make this out to be too big than it really is, and then up against a bad Houston Texans team, shit the bed. There's also the chance that what happened with the Dolphins against the Texans happened. We see an absolute ass whooping, and then the second half, Deshaun Watson's a fucking handoff machine to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So while I like Deshaun Watson and while I see the upside, I feel like I would rather just play Mike White. And again, I like Deshaun Watson this week. I'm playing him in one of my leagues. I have to play him, but I'd rather go with Mike White. The Minnesota Vikings have one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. I don't really see Mike White collapsing this week. With Deshaun Watson, I'm playing him in a lot of situations, but in this scenario, I would rather wait outside and kind of watch from the outside. So that's my opinion on things. I hope that helped you out. Bradley says, just to confirm, Fields over Burrow if he plays. No, that is not what I said earlier, unless I did say that and didn't mean that. So my thought process on this is that Burrow's playing up against Kansas City. Burrow is supposed to be in this high-scoring tit-for-tat shootout game. So my personal lean on this is to go with Burrow. I would have to go with Burrow. I think Fields is going to have a good game as well. But Burrow, in my opinion, in that matchup, this game has the potential to score 60-plus points. This has the potential to be one of the high-scoring games, one of the games of the year. When you look back at the season, you're like, oh, what happened in 2022, 2 years from now? And you're like, oh shit, I remember Joe Burrow versus fucking Patrick Mahomes. I remember this shootout, this high scoring game. Fields might do good against the Packers, who, like, sure, go ahead and play Fields in certain scenarios, but there's no way I'm playing Burrow over Fields in this scenario. No way. Gotta go Burrow over Fields. Yeah, the Finns Chargers game has been flexed to Sunday night. Very excited about that one. That should be a fun one. That's like anyone on Twitter knows that there's a real Twitter beef between the two stands, like myself, the Dolphins fans versus the Chargers fans. If you look at the stats, Justin Herbert, the check down merchant himself, is in the bottom three of the league in terms of yards per attempt. Eckler's really going to work, man. Conklin and Knox. I'm going Knox. Christian Watson over Keenan Allen and Godwin. I would rather play Christian Watson over. I'm playing Keenan Allen and Godwin over Watson, I'm pretty sure. Bravo, Nick. I agree. Thank you. Burrow is a slinger. I agree. Slingshot. That's also a good way to say things. Yeah, the guy fucking slings the rock. Slinger. The hash slinging slasher. Bills or Browns defense this week. Got to go Browns. Half PPR, Gabe Davis, Brad Robinson, Damian Pierce, or Joshua Palmer if Mike White is out. I'm gonna go Gabe Davis, but if you want to be safe, just go with Josh Palmer. Thanks, no problem. Sanders, Pacheco, or Knight start two. Sanders and Pacheco. Fields or Dak. I'm going Dak. Just like the matchup for Dak. Let's see. Favorite fruit and why? I'm not a big fruit guy personally. Not a big fruit guy, if I'm being completely honest with you. Had to think off the top of my head on a favorite fruit. It's probably got to be a pineapple. Got to be a pineapple. Thank you, brother. Hope all is good. Thank you, man. Happy holidays to you as well. Not a veggie guy either. I do like vegetables. Do like vegetables. Celery, broccoli, everything. VeggieTales. Traylon Burks is not a designation for a sickness, not an injury. He should be fine. Agreed. Lol SpongeBob. SpongeBob. Kirk Cousins or Deshaun Watson this week? Watson. Not a veggie guy either. I do actually like veggies. I'm just not like I don't just think like when I eat shit like that, I'm not just thinking like, ooh, I love vegetables, stuff like that. But yeah, I do eat vegetables and fruit. Just wouldn't say like it's something I eat all the time, you know. I feel like fruit is like a very summer thing. Like we can just go crush like a whole pineapple or something. I don't know if that's like a crazy take, but that's something that I do. Just crush a nice pineapple in the summer. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Running backs are Joe Mixon, Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker. Oh, jeez. You're going to sit Joe Mixon. Liberace. Let me look up what the fuck that is. I've been trolled. Is this not a fruit? The meaning of fruit. I'm just dumb, bro. Firmly grasp it. Nick the pineapple destroyer. That's a fact. I'd be munching on. I'm a munch. Call me Ice Spice. Would you start Jacoby? Uh, would you start Jacoby Myers, Christian Watson, or Zay Jones in the flex? I'm going Christian Watson. 10 team full PPR, Swift, White, Monty. I could still start another take. Olave Watson out of my flex spot. Okay. Playing White, and I'm keeping Olave and Watson for the flex spot. Knox or Conklin Knox, B Rob or Zonovan Knight, B Rob. Firmly grasp it. Nothing like crushing a pineapple. AJ Brown, rest of season. I like AJ Brown rest of season. It's called Liberace. Liberace. Completely just dumb, man. Liberace just looks like a dude. A man's. Stevenson, Allen Knox, John Brown, McKenzie, and Singletary on the flex. Ooh, that looks good. That looks real good. I like that one. That looks like a good lineup. You can't play all those guys though, right? Because you need Patriots guys. So I think I'm gonna do my lineup. I think I'm gonna go Stevenson. I'm not a big fan of McKenzie this week because McKenzie smashed. So I think I'm gonna play John Brown over McKenzie. Since John Brown's only $1,000. And I'm jamming Knox. I don't want anything to do. Oh, you technically can play that lineup actually because the Patriot is the captain. That's a little ambitious though, to be completely honest with you. A little ambitious to go full in on the Bills, but I get it. You might think this is going to be a smackdown from the Bills against the Patriots. So I can see that. That's a decent lineup. For some reason in my head, Stevenson was on the Bills. For some reason, I'm like, you can't play that fucking lineup. And then, then I realized, like, oh yeah, you definitely can play that lineup. My starter's Cousins. Who do I drop? Who to drop? Mike White or Carr? Oh, I'm dropping Mike White because I think Mike White might end up getting benched like 2 weeks from now. There's no way Carr's getting benched. So I'm playing Mike White. I mean, I'm playing Carr over Cousins though. And I'm dropping Mike White. Well, been subscribed since week 5. I'm 8-4 since I'm 8-4 in third place, all thanks to you, bro. I won last week as well. Would you? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you've been winning, team man. Congratulations, man. Would you play Fields over Lamar and would you play Schultz over Andrews? So I'm playing Andrews for sure. There's no way I'm taking Andrews out of my lineup. And yeah, I would play Fields over Lamar. Hawk or Dalton Schultz. I have Dak. Yeah, I'd go Dalton Schultz. Frank, thank you for the super chat, my man. Swift, Devontae Smith, Zay Jones for the flex. Also, Cowboys or Browns. Cowboys or Browns. Let's think about this for a second. Cowboys or Browns. So the Cowboys matchup's pretty good. Problem is the Browns have a really good matchup too. I think I'm gonna go with the Cowboys against Indy. Like I feel like this might be a game where Matt Ryan gets fucking slaughtered in prime time. So I'm gonna go Dallas defense, and then Zay Jones, Devontae Smith, or Swift. That's a great question. I'm gonna go Devontae Smith. I think Devontae Smith is relatively risky. So is Swift. So is Zay Jones. But Smith really has the upside to be like the number one receiver in fantasy. This is a decent matchup against the Tennessee Titans. So I'm gonna go Devontae Smith. So I'm going Devontae Smith, and I'm going with the Cowboys. How about them boys? How much growth has your channel had since last year? I watched since last year, my first fantasy football league. We had like maybe 2,000 subscribers at the time. I'm glad you're still doing it. Thank you, Nathan. I don't know how many subscribers I had last year. I think we started the season with like 9,000, got up to like 18,000. And then recently we've started growing a little bit more. Yeah, I love doing this. This is my job. It's very fun. So glad you guys are enjoying. Sup, Nick. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well, man. Thank you for the super chat, I shine. I really appreciate you. See you all the time in here. Watson or Carr? Am I crazy for starting Myers tonight over Mike Evans? I got Devontae Smith and Olave. I feel like I should play Mike Evans as well. Lattimore is back. Oh, shit. Is Lattimore guaranteed to play? Let's look this up. Marshawn Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore limited in Thursday practice. Limited. Mr. Limited. Mr. Unlimited. Let's try to figure this out here. All right. So Lattimore, this is a report from a few days ago, said he's progressing well. That was from last week, but he isn't going to play. Shit, man. Yeah, Lattimore has shut down Evans in the past. I agree with that. I just don't know if Lattimore is going to play or not. I literally have no idea. That's what we're trying to figure out right now. It's too early to know. Too early to know, I think. So let's break this down. Watson or Carr? We'll break down your first question first. Watson or Carr? Watson or Carr? So Watson. Oh, man. Carr against the Chargers just reeks of high scoring game. So we're going to have to go with Carr. Carr over Watson, ever so slightly, just the tip. And then you can't even fucking wait because you have to play Myers tonight. Thinking Lattimore's not going to play as well, Brian. I'm kind of feeling that as well. But if Lattimore does play, then Evans is pretty shit out of luck. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Based upon the fact that I don't think Lattimore's going to play, I think I'm going to go Evans. Go Smith, Olave, Evans. Dude, Jacoby Myers he's just not it. Like, he hasn't been great this season. Like, I just don't think I could talk. I don't think I could reasonably play. And yeah, I agree. Keep an eye on Lattimore. But the problem is Myers plays tonight. So you're basically locked in with Evans if you don't play Myers. But your other options you have to play too. So fuck it. I'm going Mike Evans. If you want to play Myers, if that's your gut feeling and that's what you want to do, then go ahead. But I'm rolling the dice on it. I agree with Brian. I'm rolling the fucking dice, baby. We're playing Mike Evans. Mike Evans going to play like absolute dog shit though. If Lattimore plays, I'll tell you that right now. But Myers might play like dog shit as well. So we're gonna go Derek Carr, and we're sticking with Mike Evans, baby. Stick it with Mike Evans. Thank you for the super chat. Rock out my cock out 2 running backs, 2 flexes: Kamara, Swift, B-Rob, Pacheco, Zay Jones. Kamara, lock him in. Pacheco, lock him in. So Kamara and Pacheco locked in. Zay Jones, lock him in. Then it's Swift versus B-Rob. I think B-Rob's a little bit safer, but fucking, I'm going Swift. I can't quit Swift, man. One of these games, Swift's going to go off. And the problem is Swift's like, how Swift's been playing, like, that's like fine. Like, compared to like what Brian Robinson might do, that's fine. So we're going to go Kamara, Swift, Pacheco, and Zay Jones. Pierce going to eat this week. Hope so. I hope so. I had the opportunity to trade Dalvin and Rashad for McCaffrey. Did I make a good decision by not making that trade? Ooh. Ooh, hoo, hoo. I would rather have Dalvin and Rashad, I think. Fins up, baby. Thanks, my man. No problem, I shine. Fins up, fins up. I read it, don't worry. Hey, Johnson or Carr? Thanks, bud. No problem. I'm going Carr over Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh. I feel like John Brown's going to be like the most obvious play on DFS this week. Like, everyone and their mother is going to be playing him. Everyone and their fucking mother is going to be playing him. No bass. Bam Knight or Tony Pollard? Thank you for the super chat, man. There's no way I'm playing. There's no way I'm playing Knight over Pollard, man. There's no way. Zonovan Knight's a sick name. It's a fire name, honestly. Like, I would be scared if I was a defense. It's like, you know what? You got to go tackle this motherfucker. His name is Zonovan Knight. Zonovan Knight is just an awesome name. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. Zonovan Knight's a sick name, but I'm going Pollard. I know Pollard has not been great recently. Wasn't great last week. The problem with Pollard is the fact that Zeke's always going to be there. Zeke is never going to disappear. He's going to loom his ugly head around. He's always going to be there. He's never going to run away. He's never going to be gone. Love you long time as well, Kyle. We're going Tony Pollard. You cannot sit Tony Pollard. Suge Knight. Yeah, you can't sit Tony Pollard, man. I'm just keeping it honest with you. There's no way I'm sitting Tony Pollard. No way. If the Bills lose tonight, it would be epic. For the Dolphins fans' standpoint, I feel like the Patriots losing would be the best case scenario because then we just don't have to worry about the Patriots anymore, right? NFL records. Push it up. How many wins do the Patriots have? Zach, I'm going to get to your question in half a second. So the Pats have 6 wins. Dolphins have 8 wins. So even if the Bills win this week, I think the Dolphins can win this week too. So we both be 9-3. You're 3 games up on the Patriots. It's week 13. There's week 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So there's 5 games left, and the Patriots would be 3 games back. I would rather, I think, have that happen. I would rather just be done with the Patriots. Then you don't have to worry about, because if we go to the playoffs and we play the Patriots, I will have zero confidence that we can beat the Patriots. I know we've kicked the shit out of the Patriots all year long. For the last couple of years, we've been kicking their ass. But I still don't think, when push comes to shove, the playoffs are on, the lights are shining the brightest. I think the Dolphins might get their ass whooped by the Patriots. So that's why I would rather have the Patriots just lose tonight. But again, it really either way is fine for me. Rodgers or Brady this week? Lenny or Rashad White? Which one at RB2? Great question. So I think it's Rashad White season, honestly. I think Rashad White has proved to himself that he is the guy in this backfield that they want to use. I think he has showed off enough talent to the fact that we are not going to be seeing as much Lenny anymore. I could be completely wrong. But this week I'm going Rashad White, and then Rodgers or Brady. I simply can't play Rodgers this week. His thumb is fucked up. He's dealing with other injuries too. I think he has to have surgery in the offseason on his thumb. It's just not a great scenario with Rodgers. Now, obviously, any given Sunday, Rodgers could have a great game, right? And I ultimately don't think he's necessarily an awful play this week, but come on, you got to go with Tom Brady. He's been riding pretty hot. Obviously, Mike Evans might get fucking ejected in this game, but let's go Tampa Bay Tom, and then we're gonna go Rashad White. Tyler says, need a win bad, down bad. PPR, start 1 and a flex. Jeff Wilson, Bam, Knight, Ty Warren, Jalen Warren, I assume that's who you're talking about, DPJ, or try to find someone on the waivers. Great question. Gotta go DPJ for sure. DPJ might fucking smash the Houston Texans. So I'm going with DPJ. And then if Ty Warren is Jalen Warren, like I think it is, if Najee doesn't play, I'm going Jalen Warren. If not, we're going to go Jeff Wilson. I know the matchup fucking sucks for Jeff Wilson on paper, but I ultimately think Jeff Wilson's still able to get it done in that game against the Niners. It's a revenge game. Yeah, Tyron Lannister. The GOAT, Tyron Lannister. I'm going Warren, Jalen Warren, if Najee misses. And then DPJ. But if not, I'm going Jeff Wilson at DPJ. Thank you for the super chat, my man. The Bills lose, we stay a game ahead. That's true, but yeah, I don't know. I'm more worried about the Dolphins just making the playoffs. Like, just keep winning. That's my kind of goal. And like, I don't want to play the Jets or the Patriots in the playoffs. That's not who I want to play. Even though we own the Patriots, I don't want to play them. Or the Jets. That would be like any team that you play, you have to play them a third time. You're instantly putting yourself in a bad situation. Bad situation. Tyron Lannister. PPR flex Isaiah McKenzie, DeAndre Carter, MVS, or Gerald Everett. Let's go with Isaiah. Oof. We're gonna go Isaiah McKenzie. Going Isaiah McKenzie. Lawrence, Kirk stack, or Watson Cooper stack. Watson Cooper stack for me. Rate my mom's starting team. Pretty good aside from Lamar and McKinnon. Flex spot. Zeke. Oh, gotta go Zeke. I'm going Zeke. Lazard, Pickens, DPJ. I'm going Pickens and DPJ. Niners have the best. Yeah, I know. Their run defense is amazing. I completely agree with you. I'm not arguing with you. Not going to argue. I agree. Jeff Wilson, Slayton, or Kyron Williams? Jeff Wilson. Actually, yeah, Jeff Wilson. Who would you rather have as a roommate? Oh, it's got to be Mr. Unlimited. That shit was so funny last week when I think it was Burns on the Panthers gets a sack and he does that thing that Wilson does where he's like praise Jesus at the middle of the field and he's like closing his eyes. I don't know if you guys see my arms all the way out because the camera's not long enough. But he's like he did that shit. It was so fucking funny. So fucking funny. I'd rather have Russ as my roommate though. You might die if you have Antonio Brown as your roommate. Got to get ready for the game. Thank you, no problem, Bradley. Show Kobe Meyer, DPJ, Dan. Thanks, no problem. Evening, brother. Good evening. ETN and Rashad White for me. Thank you again. Everyone have a great night. Smash that like button. It owes you money. That's facts, dude. You gotta smack the shit out of that like button. Like you're fucking Mike Tyson. Would you start Nick Folk or McPherson this week? Probably. Let's see. What are the winds gonna be like? I tried to pull up the weather earlier. I fucking got away from it. It's not supposed to be windy tonight. 9-mile-an-hour winds. Not too big of a deal. Cincy KC 5-mile-an-hour winds. I'd go Money McPherson. Money Mac. Lazard or Elijah Moore. Lazard. Juju or Slayton. Juju. JT or ETN in the flex. Gotta go JT. No, actually, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going JT. Juju or Slayton. Juju. Juwan Johnson or Knox. I'm going Knox. I'm going Knox. McCaffrey or Patterson. McCaffrey. Burns way too funny for that. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. I was dying. I don't even know if I saw it like live in the game or if I just saw it on Twitter, but however I saw it, I was fucking literally cracking up for like 20 minutes when I saw, yeah, you're playing Mike White over Ron Rodgers. Take it easy. Take it easy, you know? Thanks, man. I'll send you some supers in the playoffs. Thank you, man. And just so you guys know, you don't ever have to super chat. I appreciate it. Means the world to me, but don't feel like you're forced to super chat at any point. Try to answer as many questions as possible. I really appreciate all you guys who show up. All you got to do is hit the like button. Please like the stream. Helps me out a ton. Thank you kindly. No problem. Thoughts on starting Myers today? He's just okay. Thank you, Spock. Yeah, Spock's the GOAT, man. Rashad White or Cordero Patterson. Rashad White for me. Rashad White or Jalen Warren. If Najee sits Warren. Tyler says, thanks for the help. If you are starting high on DPJ, do I start Watson over Tua? That's fucking tough, man. That's tough because, look, Tua's got the Niners. Niners defense is stout. Niners are one of the best defenses in the NFL. Then you have Watson. Watson's obviously pretty risky. Might shit the bed, might have a huge game. Since Tua's playing the Niners defense, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think this is a crazy take. I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson. Pretty high on all these Browns this week. The Cleveland Browns. That is in for a big game, I think. So, gonna go Watson over Tua. Now, I do think that Tua could play really well against the 49ers. But Teron Armstead, I don't think he's going to play. He's got a fucked up pec. He can take my pec, but it's a little too little for him. I'm going to go Watson. Tua, I hope Tua has a good game. I'll be praying to the fantasy gods above, the football gods. I'm going to be stressed out watching that game. I think the Dolphins could beat them, but I don't necessarily think Tua takes over and just fucking slings his cock all over the defense and has like this crazy game. Whereas Watson, we already know Watson's slinging cock, so it's definitely possible. It might be a bad joke, but yeah, Deshaun Watson for sure. Deshaun Watson for me. Thank you for the super chat. White, Lenny, Olave, or Pickens? Olave. Best touchdown celebration. I remember this one. I watched that shit live. I think it was on Thursday Night Football. I think it was Thursday Night Football. It was against the Jets, right? Or it was Jets Browns. I don't remember if he was on the Jets or the Browns when he did it, but I remember watching that shit because it was very funny. I think that was the Baker game. I think that was the game Baker came in. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Isaiah Crowell touchdown celebration. What? It was Jets Browns. I can almost feel it. Yeah, it was Jets Browns. He was on the Jets. That was the Baker Mayfield game when Baker came in for Tyrod. Yep, that's what it was, man. That's funny as hell. I have good memory for like some random games that happened. I don't know if I was making videos back then. I think I made one video in the 2018 offseason and then never continued. I don't know why I didn't continue. I wish I did. But again, like back then when I was making videos, it was so like I was so nervous that like people would find it and like find it be like, oh, Nick, this asshole's making videos. What a weirdo. And realistically, I shouldn't have thought that, but you know, I was only 18 at that time. Now I'm 23. Zay versus Lions or Burks versus Philly. I'm going Burks. Burke. Lazard or Gibson. Gibson. Pickens or Gabe. Gabe. Cowboys or Niners. Cowboys. Drop the Chiefs D for the Browns D. Yes. Start Burrow or for the Browns D. Yeah, I'm doing that. Start Burrow or two. I gotta go Burrow. Gotta go Burrow. 12-team standard league, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex playing Stevenson tonight. I have ETN, CMC White. Okay, pretty simple. You can't sit Diggs. So we're going Diggs, Amon-Ra, Waddle, ETN, and Stevenson. Pretty easy. Head into work. Thank you, Nikki. Have a good time. Have a good time, Tyron. What's up, Nick? Start Fields if he plays over Brady. Yes. Ayuk, Pittman, or Peoples Jones. Ayuk. Start two. Mevins, Garrett Wilson, Myers, Sutton, Slayton. I'm going Garrett Wilson and Mike Evans. Oh shit! I got a burp. Oh Jesus, guys! I absolutely fucking crushed a calzone earlier. I didn't eat anything today up until 5:30, and I devoured a calzone in like 4 seconds. Are you liking D. Smith more than Garrett Wilson? No, I like Garrett Wilson more. What's up, fellas? What's up, Silver? How you doing, my man? Myers or Palmer in the flex, full PPR. Palmer. Almost game time. Later, see you, Brian. Bench one. ETN, Pollard, Pierce, or Watson. I'm benching Pierce. Benching Pierce. Because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Jacoby Myers might have a decent game this week. I don't know, man. I don't know what I've been told. Down, 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 down. Maybe we'll go a crazy low-owned lineup here. Go with Devontae, the GOAT, Parker. Thoughts on Jelani Woods? I think he might actually be a decent player, but there's no way I'm playing him. There is just no way. Fuck no, baby. Hawks D or Eagles D? Let's go with the Hawks. Thanks, no problem. Garrett Wilson or Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson. Monitor ETN's foot. Yeah, ETN Spock was cleared to play in last week's game. They just didn't bring him back in, I think, because they didn't want to, I'd assume, risk him getting re-injured. But yeah, that is something to monitor. Something to monitor. I swear. I just broke my monitor. I swear. Where the fuck is that from? That's like is that TikTok, a Vine? I don't know. That shit was so funny too. I enter one more DFS lineup tonight. Straight from the cranium. Devontae over Myers. I would rather go Myers over Devontae. Komet, Hurst, or Higbee. If Fields plays Komet, if not Higbee. Sit one, Kirk, Godwin, or Chase. I'm sitting Kirk. Everett or Komet. Komet if Fields plays. Don't know if I answered my question already, but if Fields plays, we go with him or Brady. Yes. Edwards or Patterson, embarrassed to ask, but that's the way the cookies crumbled. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna go Patterson. Everett over shit. You think Komet's that bad, Spock? He's not that bad. There's no need to be that mean, Spock. He's not that bad. Come on. No need to be mean, man. No need to be a meanie bobini. Alright. Alright. This is a Dawson Knox game. I literally feel it in my deep down inside of me. Dawson Knox game. I don't know what I've been told. DeAndre Carter or Jacoby Myers. I'm going Jacoby Myers. Jacoby. All right. Yeah, this lineup is impossible. Thoughts on the Cardinals Hard Knocks? Have not watched it. They fucking remove all of the good parts of it. That one guy who got fired, they didn't even show it. Like, they didn't even show why the guy got fired. Why the hell am I going to watch that if they're not going to show the guy who got fired? I have Mike Will as well. That's good. But yeah, I'm playing Zay Jones and Jamal Williams. No, I'm playing Pickens and Jamal Williams. Sorry. I used to love Hard Knocks. I have not. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have not watched Hard Knocks in a while. I'm I don't know. I used to really like it, but now it seems so like if the Dolphins were on it, yes, I would care. But the fucking Cardinals are such a disaster. Like I just can't make myself watch that. Gabe Davis or Zay Jones, Gabe Davis or Debo. Fields is cleared to go. So Komet. I don't think Fields is necessarily cleared to go. I think he could play, but I don't think it's like a lock yet. I don't know what I've been told. Um, and then let's go. Win $1 million tonight, guys. Just kidding. I'm not playing the $1 million lineup contest, but I'm gonna win at least a couple thousand tonight. Couple thou. Quick couple thou for the boy, Nicholas. Um, if Fields goes, he does, booger. Komet is my tight end too behind Andrews. Yeah, I'm playing Andrews over Komet. Do you want to zoom with me? No. Not to be weird, but no. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat, but I'm not trying to zoom with people. Especially since after this, I gotta fucking clean my room while I watch the game. Because my room is a fucking disaster. Why do you guys think I have a green screen? Because my room could look like a fucking unmitigated disaster, and no one notices. No one will notice. Swift, Singletary, Rashad White. Let's go. Dude, what the fuck just happened? Did anyone see that? I just lost every ounce of my brain cells, man. While I was talking right there, I just blanked completely. We're going Rashad White. Gerald Everett or Knox. Knox. Cards coach went to go get gadgets on a senorita. Is that what happened? What's up, Nick? RB2, Wilson Jr., Patterson, and quarterback flex. I'm going Tannehill, and I'm going to go Wilson Jr. Gabe Davis or Peoples Jones. Gabe Davis. Will the Bills cover 4? Don't think so. Don't think so. I think this one's a tight game. Very tight. Komet is one of Booger's featured in Pick'em or Flick'em. There's no way he calls some shit called Pick'em or Flick'em. That's hilarious. Never mind. I'm so dumb. You're Booger Dog. I thought you were talking about Booger McFarlane. I'm like, dude, if that's on ESPN, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Jahan Dotson or Everett. I just cleaned my room. Hello, laundry. Have Connor and Najee. So looking at Gibson, Pat, or Bam Knight. I'm going Gibson. Gibby. Oh, haven't talked about it yet. Make sure you guys hit that like button. But we do have a sponsor of today's video. Now, this offer expires in 3 days. It expires on Sunday. So if you're brand new to BetMGM and click on the link in the video description down below to activate the offer, if you bet $10 on any World Cup pregame money line, you'll receive $200 in free bets guaranteed. All you got to do is place your bet. And then once another goal is scored in the World Cup, which is guaranteed to happen, you get your $200 in free bets. Again, click on the link in the description. Bet on any pregame World Cup money line, and you'll get your $200 in free bets if you're a brand new user. Make sure you check that out again. Doesn't last forever. So that's just how it works. So make sure you guys do check that out. Helps me out a ton too if you do it. George Pickens, a top 10 receiver next year? Don't think so, but I think he could be. I think he could be, but there's no way I'm ranking him that high. And I think the thing with Pickens next year is people are going to draft him so highly. And I think Deontay Johnson might be a straight up steal next year. I know Deontay Johnson sucks ass this year, but I have a feeling. Nick, you're the GOAT. Thank you. No problem, man. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Love all you guys. I gotta check on my fantasy lineups real quick and then place some bets over on BetMGM, of course. Fields or Lawrence Fields if he plays. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my internet. I might be lagging. I'm very sorry. Let me close out a couple tabs. Maybe that'll help. Sorry. You can still hear me though, so that's all that really matters. Montgomery and Swift for Higgins. That's an overpay for sure. Knox or Schultz. Schultz. Lawrence is tempting. Detroit allows the most fantasy points quarterback. Yeah, he is definitely tempting. Steelers or Packers or Browns. Steelers for me. Are we expecting a low scoring affair tonight? Yes. I wouldn't say super low scoring, but I'm not expecting this to be like one of those tit for tat games where we see like a million fucking points scored. Like I really don't see that happening. And maybe I'm just way off. I just don't see that. I took the walk to Poland. I have to play the whole fucking Dallas Cowboys team in one of my leagues. I got Dak, CD, and Schultz. CD's nuts. Sorry, but it's true. Um, Score prediction for tonight. Let's go 24 21 Buffalo. Which defense? Seahawks, Browns, Bucks. I kind of have the Patriots. Let's go Browns. Like number 2. Thank you. Should start. No, don't start Price unless CMC's out. Thanks, Nick. No problem. I took the walk to Poland. I'm gonna have to cut someone off my team to make room for fucking Deshaun Watson in my lineup. Make sure you guys smash that fucking like button like it owes you money. Smash the like button, baby. Time to place some wagers on tonight's game. How's everyone in chat doing? Everyone make sure you leave a like. And if you have any more questions, please ask in the chat. I love talking to you guys. This is the most fun part of the week. Thursday and Sunday, talking to you guys. Alrighty. Browns or Steelers defense? I'd go with the Steelers personally, but it's razor thin close. Yo, start one full PPR. Kamara, White, Swift, Robinson, Zeke, or Bam Knight. I'm going Kamara. Spock, what do you think about Kamara? I don't think I can sit Kamara. I know he hasn't been playing well, but there's just something that I deep down that he is going to have a big game soon. And I feel like the second we sit this bastard is when he's going to go off. That's just kind of how I feel. All right. Let's go with Dawson Knox. Anytime touchdown. Throw $5 riskies on that shit. Bills defense or the Browns. I have the Bills in right now, but anyone? Yeah, I'm definitely going the Browns. Definitely going the Browns. Then I want. Oh, they don't even have the other guy listed. That's a tough scene. Start Van Jefferson? Yes. Not really, honestly, depending on who you have. T-Law or Watson. Nick and Spock, thanks for the advice, brothers. No problem. No problem. Good luck this week, Victor. Good luck to everyone in the chat today. All right, let's go double tight end touchdown score. Knox and Henry. I'm feeling that. Profit boost that bitch. And then we're going to do one more. Pick one. Watson, Zeke, or P. Ryan? Watson. Watson for sure. All right. And then this feels strangely like a game where Josh Allen runs in a touchdown. Anyone else feeling that? Anyone else feeling that one? Who do you guys think scoring tonight? I need one more bet here. I already bet Knox. So these are the ones I bet. I bet Hunter Henry and Dawson Knox combined $5 to win 80. Got Knox to score 1 touchdown, $5 to win 16. We need another bet here. One more touchdown score. Pick one. Watson. Yeah, Watson for sure. And then Maher or Suck Up. I'd go Maher. Maher's been unreal this year. Maher's clicking at maximum capacity. You know, I'm going to do Ramondre Stevenson. He's going to score. I can just feel it. I know he's scoring. Ramondre Stevenson's not just going to score 1 touchdown. He might actually score 2 touchdowns. So let's bet on that as well. Oh, 2 or more is only plus 400, so that's not even that good of odds. But all right. We placed our bets for the night. If Smith is out, I would go with Lazard. Ramondre. All right, we went with Ramondre. Maher Bass, Ryan Suckoff. What a name. Stevenson or Aguilar? Stevenson. Last minute question. Everyone help. Nick Folk or Harrison Bucker? Bucker for me. Tyler Bass Pro Shop. The fucking Devils are losing right now. This is no bueno. Saints O-line is beat to shit. The quarterback plays bad, and they have little. Other than that, Kamara's on my bench. Oh, sure. I understand why you would sit Kamara. But the second you do, he's going to score like 40 points. Pollard or Pierce in my running back spots. Um, no, I think your lineup looks good to me. Run Singletary tonight or play Pittman. Singletary, thank you, Nick. No problem. No problemo. Should be a solid night of football tonight. Gabe Davis or Montgomery. So Tyler, you got to think about this in two ways. Do you want to be safe or do you want to be risky? You start Gabe Davis. He's risky. He might score you 3 points. He might score you 20 points. If you're confident in knowing that you understand that your team might get absolutely skull fucked by the fact that you start Gabe Davis, then go right ahead. If you are someone who wants to be a little bit more safe, you think, oh, I don't want to lose. I don't want my team to be set on fire by Gabe Davis, then go with Montgomery. That's just kind of how I see things. McKenzie for a touchdown. I like that one. I wouldn't sit Alvin Kamara. I'm not sitting him either. I'm a Niners fan. I'm rooting for the fancy Fins, Nick. I got Waddle and Hill. Hell yeah, baby. Fins up. Good luck, Victor. Should be a fun one. Should be a very fun one. It's a tough. It is tough for Kamara owners, Booger. People who drafted him early in the third round. Yeah, if you draft him in the third round, it's not bad. Robinson, Slayton, or Burks. I'm going Burks. I always forget about McKenzie, just like the defense. Ron, I've been losing games starting on Kamara. I know people are losing games starting Kamara, but one of these days he's going to turn it on. Like, he's not a bad player. So, just kind of how I view things. All right, I need someone to play in these leagues. The problem with 14-team leagues is there's legitimately no one on the waiver wire. How is this trade? Kamara and Waddle for a Monron ETN. I'm clicking the yes button on that and running away. Running straight to the fucking bank. Then you don't have to worry about Kamara anymore. If he never comes back, then it's all good. I lost by less than 1 point with Alvin Kamara. That's tough, man. Fantasy football is so fucking annoying. Losing by 1 point. I think the worst loss I've ever seen was my dad lost. I don't remember who he had. It might have been Mahomes. It was a couple years ago. And the guy took a knee and he lost because the quarterback took a knee at the end of the game by 0.1. I don't remember what year that was. It might have been like 5-6 years ago. I don't exactly remember. That was like that was like an all-time bad loss for my dad. I remember sitting and watching with him. It was funny as fuck. Do I start Deshaun Watson or Cole Kmet? I'm going or Dawson Knox or Cole Kmet? I'm going Knox. Going Knox. Please make sure you guys all hit the like button. I don't have the stream open, so I have no idea how many likes there are. But there's probably not enough. Any Mixon to play this Sunday? I think he's going to play. Yo, Spock, I got a question for you. Do you ever play the drafts on Underdog that they have during the season? Because I recently started playing. They're not sponsoring today's video or something, so I'm not just shilling them because they're a sponsor. But I've been playing it the last 2 weeks, just doing the drafts. It's like a 4-man draft, 6 roster teams. And I've been playing it, and it's so fucking fun. I haven't been profitable yet, but very fun. Before it's too late. I had an awesome comeback last week. I probably won't get as lucky. Oh, you won that game, Ron, last week. Oh yeah, I forgot you won. You were texting me during it. I'm in 18-man standard league and everyone is stacked. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers? Watson. And yeah, you were texting me a lot. I forgot that was the game you needed. It was Taylor and Pittman. I'm going Watson over Lamar. No, I don't do midseason best ball. I should try it. It's fun. It's not something you would want to go into expecting that you're gonna win a shit ton of money or something, but they're only $5 a piece. I do like 8 of them. Just sit down on Saturday night, have fun, and I don't know. I just think it adds a little to it. Like, I already play DFS. I'm already placing bets, and then you know what? If all that fails, then maybe my fucking best ball lineup will do good. And they also changed the payout structure, so now like instead of 50K to first, I think it's like 20K. but the payout structure is a lot better that way. Jamal Williams or Gabe Davis this week. I'd go Jamal. I personally don't see Knox scoring tonight. I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. I was winning last week until Jacobs dropped a 40 burger on you. Yeah, dude, Jacobs literally that was an all-time running back performance. Now, I'm not very old. I'm only 23 years old. So there's definitely games that were better by running backs, but like off the top of my head, that had to have been one of the best games I've ever seen out of running back. Truly crazy because Scott Hansen tells us, "Oh, you got to switch over to CBS." I switched to CBS. It's that fucking 60-minute bullshit. So I hop on my computer, I pull up Sunday Ticket, I turn the game on. I swear to you, 4 seconds after I turn the game on, Josh Jacobs has the ball in his hand and he's running into the end zone. I have never seen something like that. As I don't know, maybe this is just a crazy overreaction, but I've never seen some crazy like that was one of the best games I've ever seen out of running back, and it might be an overreaction. I remember a Jamal Charles game a while ago that was really sick as well. Kyron Williams or Swift? Swift. That's just unlucky. I survived Josh Jacobs 35 points because the Cowboys D scored 24. Sometimes it is all about luck and fantasy. Fantasy football isn't necessarily all about skill. Best fantasy performances ever. I remember I made a couple of videos about this on TikTok. There's a couple where it's just crazy. I gotta find it. Number one is Jerry Rice in 1990. Jerry Rice scored 65 fucking fantasy points. 65 fantasy points. Imagine playing fantasy football in 1990 and Jerry Rice catches 225 yards, 13 receptions, and 5 touchdowns. Imagine getting 5 touchdowns scored on you by a receiver. And then guess what? The number 3 game of all time in fantasy was also Jerry Rice. This motherfucker scored 3 touchdowns, 14 receptions, 289 yards, 60 points. The Jamal Charles game I'm talking about was 2013. He had 215 rushing yards, 8 receptions, 5 touchdowns. That has to be the craziest game I've ever seen. There was also the Tyreek Hill nuclear bomb, 269, 13 receptions, 3 touchdowns, November 29, 2020. Picked up Brian Robinson and Zay Jones for depth. Can I get some analysis on these two? Brian Robinson is the number 2 running back on the Washington Commanders. Brian Robinson is going to be given opportunities to touch the ball, but Antonio Gibson is the pass catching back. If Antonio Gibson misses, then you start Brian Robinson. If not, you're probably better off with Zay Jones, who's a really safe option week in and week out. He had an explosive game last week. Ultimately, I don't think he has that in him to do him back-to-back weeks, but he is a pretty safe player. 5 touchdowns is crazy. That's a Gabe Davis stat line. That's a fact. Browns or Packers? Packers. There was a running back in 2000 or 2003 that was on fire. I forgot who. Auto League winner. My dad drafted Adrian Peterson his rookie year, and that was it Clinton Portis? Clinton Portis scored 57 fantasy points December 7th, 2003. 2002 was your first year of fantasy. My first year was 2007. It says it on my Yahoo profile. 2007. Montgomery or Miles Sanders? Miles Sanders. Pick 2 this week: Pacheco, Rashad White, or Waller. Or I assume that's Walker. If so, it's Walker and Rashad. That Tyreek game was the only week I've had 200 points and blew the other guy out of the water. Yeah, that Tyreek game was crazy. Crazy. Hopefully he does that in the playoffs for the Dolphins. For the boys back home, baby. Doug Martin also had a crazy game. I'm trying to find this Doug Martin game. Doug Martin, week 9, 2012, 51 fantasy points, 272 total yards, 4 tugs, 51 fantasy points. The muscle hamster. Wow, my first game, my first year of fantasy was last year. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Chark or Elijah Moore? I'd go Chark. People are going to be new to fantasy. I only started playing when I was young because my dad got me into it. I'm sure there's people that watch my videos that literally started playing fantasy football this year. I get comments about that all the time, so you don't have to feel left out if you just started playing recently. Fantasy football is growing even more year by year. It's truly crazy because I always thought like everyone played fantasy. Like every guy I know plays fantasy football. And then like I started to realize that not everyone plays. Like I started meeting people that didn't play. And now it seems like everyone I know, like 6 years ago when I was in high school, not everyone played fantasy. Now everyone plays fantasy. Every single person I know plays. I don't know a single person that doesn't play. Jonathan Taylor scored 5 touchdowns last year, didn't he? In one game. Let's check. Jonathan Taylor. What is that website? Fantasy data. Oh, fuck, man, I'm tired. Need to go snort some coke in the bathroom after this one. That's a joke, chat. I like saying chat like I'm some fucking famous Twitch streamer. Last year, let's see. He scored 4 touchdowns in week 11 against Buffalo. Jonathan Taylor. I took the walk. Thanks, Nick. Love your work. If you don't smash the like button, that's bad juju, no shoots. That's a fact. I think it was LaDainian Tomlinson in 2003. That makes sense. It might have been LaDainian Tomlinson. Was that when he was on the Chargers or when he was on the Jets? Remember, Spock, I was 3 years old when that game was played. LaDainian Tomlinson. Hey, bro, Lenny or ETN? Pull up the stats for LT. I think LaDainian Tomlinson was on the did I say Thompson? LaDainian Tomlinson was on the Jets like 2009-ish. Okay, so yeah, 2003 he was on the Chargers back when they were the San Diego Chargers. Man rushed for 1,600 yards, 13 touchdowns. He had There's no way this is true. There's no way this motherfucker had 100. This guy had 100 receptions. This motherfucker had 100 receptions in 2003. So not only did he have 16 rushing yards, he also had 100 receptions and 725 receiving yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. This motherfucker scored 17 touchdowns. And then the year after, he didn't even make the Pro Bowl that year. Then the next year, he rushed for 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, 74 receptions, 441 yards, and receiving yards, and a touchdown. What a beast. What an absolute monster this guy was. That's crazy. Thanks, Nick. No problem, Eric. Anyone else just see that dropped on the handoff between Jones Stevenson? Oh, did they drop the handoff like in practice? The game didn't start yet, did it? Definitely didn't start yet, I don't think. It starts at 1 minute. Or did it already? Oh, it starts at 8:15. So I've just been streaming for an extra 5 minutes. The game already started. What a buffoon I am. PPR god. Thank you guys for watching. I didn't know the game already started. Game's on. What an idiot I am. I thought the game started at 8:20. Thank you guys for watching today's stream. The background behind me dimmed because I'm turning the TV on. I love all of you guys who came out today to watch the stream. Someone should have told me the game started because I'm just so dense I didn't even realize the game started. I would literally have been here for another like 5 minutes just talking. But no, the game is on. It's time to turn the game on. It's on Amazon, I think. I hate having all these stupid fucking apps that you have to go to watch a football game. Yeah, we were just vibing. I wasn't gonna. You weren't gonna say anything, Ron. I was just gonna sit here for a while. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today's stream. I love all you guys. Fins up, baby. We're gonna beat the Niners on Sunday. We'll be back on Sunday. Bunch of videos coming up Friday and Saturday. I was wondering the same. Just enjoying the conversation. Yeah, we were having a good time. We're having a good time. Did Stevenson actually fumble the ball? Because that will quickly piss me off if that is the case. But yeah, I'm turning the game on. Love you guys. My game's in like 360p because I'm streaming. What a catch by Diggs that was. Maybe one time I'll get on here and just call the game. We'll do like a cast where I just talk through the whole game, and maybe a Dolphins playoff game. We'll talk the whole game through. Probably not though, because I'll probably end up breaking something. So I love all you guys. Appreciate you guys. Jones's fault that he totally dropped it. Oh, alrighty. Well, love all you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.